What's up, guys? Hope you guys are having a blessed day. Today we're going to do a video that's a little bit different than really all of my videos. My last video I posted a little blurb and I talked a little bit about climate change and got a lot of hate for it. That's cool. Do whatever you guys got to do. But what I wanted to do today for this video is kind of shed some light on climate change. Now, before I get started, I'm not a climate change expert. I'm not a scientist. I'm literally just reading information online because I'm also trying to educate myself right now. So all the information that I'm going to be reading to you guys, I have pulled out from my laptop right here. I'm going to try to do like an explain like I'm 5 kind of thing. So I'm really going to try to do the simplest explanation I can because I find that helps me understand it. Hopefully it'll help you guys understand some of the things about climate change. I'm sorry if this video isn't like my typical like scary or funny videos, but this is actually something serious that I'm really worried about. And it's like serious to the point where like me and Emma are like just considering not having kids because if we have kids, like I don't want them to grow up in like a planet that's kind of diminishing. I have a nephew and I want him to grow up in the best possible way that I can think of, and obviously if the earth is in its best status, that's the best way for my nephew to grow up and also for my younger siblings to grow up. And obviously we live on this planet and I want it to last for a very long time, and at the current pace that we're going, it doesn't seem like it will. Those are my dogs, by the way. If you guys haven't met my animals, they are in the bag. You guys can see them in a lot of other videos. Okay, so let's just get to the point. So I'm on Reddit right now and I'm going to be straight up with you guys. I just Googled Reddit, climate change, explain like I'm 5. So I'm going to read you guys some of the top comments on that so you guys can have a little bit of a better understanding. Don't insult anyone that doesn't believe in climate change, and don't insult anyone that does believe in climate change because that's not helping either sides. At that point, you're just insulting people for no reason, and I really think that's kind of childish. Like, whether you believe in climate change or not, jumping on somebody based on their beliefs and insulting them for that is just childish. Hopefully you guys take that into consideration. So if there are people in the comment section that are pro climate change, please don't attack anyone that is anti-climate change or doesn't believe in climate change. And if you don't believe in climate change, please don't attack anyone that does believe in climate change, because really what I'm just trying to get out with this video is I'm just trying to bring awareness. Any money I make off this video, I'll donate. So I'm not doing this video for money at all. Literally just to bring awareness to something that's a serious issue. And honestly, if you're a YouTuber or a celebrity or somebody that has a platform and you're not bringing awareness to these kind of issues, then what's the point of having a platform if you're not gonna try to make the world a better place? I like to believe in that, and I've tried to bring awareness to the oceans before in my videos and to a lot of other topics. So anyways, gonna start talking about it now. Basics of climate change, explain like I'm 5. This user's comment, DAC105, commented quite a while ago actually. He says, people burn lots of stuff to heat and power our lifestyle. Most of this stuff is dug out of the ground or taken from the environment in other ways. Nearly all of this stuff is made primarily of carbon, like petrol and coal. When you burn carbon, you create carbon dioxide. The oxygen in the air reacts with the carbon. When the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere increases, this causes greenhouse effects. This means that the atmosphere traps more energy from the sun than it would have previously. When you have more energy in the atmosphere, the climate changes more rapidly and with greater extremes. Because we are burning so much carbon, it means that the effect becomes noticeable. The effect is increased by the fact that we are cutting down forests and decreasing the overall amount of vegetation on the globe. Plants take in carbon dioxide and spit it back up again, and carbon which it uses to build itself. The reason why CO2 is a greenhouse gas is that it's transparent to ultraviolet light and translucent to opaque to infrared light. Light which comes to us from the sun is mostly in the ultraviolet side of the spectrum, which punches right through CO2 layers. This then impacts with the ground and is re-radiated as primarily infrared light. Under normal circumstances, a certain portion of this infrared light will escape back into space. However, with a thick CO2 covering, this infrared light cannot escape back into space, so all the energy from the sunlight remains, which warms up the surface of the planet and it disrupts the equilibrium of UV and IR radiation. Guys, I also want to point out that I'm also learning with this video. So I'm reading stuff here that I am learning as well. So take that into consideration. Another comment says that the basic argument goes like this. Humanity is able to accurately measure temperatures since about the 19th century. Since then, global measured average temperatures have increased. The increase was not linear. For example, there were colder temperatures in between, and not every part of the world was affected the same way. Now, in the same time span, the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere has increased as a result of the Industrial Revolution. A lot of coal and oil has been burned, which led to the effect that DAC 105 had described. So the comment above described this. Scientists are pretty sure that the increase in CO2 has led to the increase in global average temperatures. The greenhouse effect has been mentioned before. The majority of scientists also believe that the process will increase in speed if the CO2 concentration in the atmosphere increases further. Another Explain Like I'm 5 is, how does climate change affect populations? It can prevent your favorite food plants from growing, then some of the population starves and dies. It destroys your habitat in a flood, again tends to lower the population. It can turn bad habitat into good habitat. For example, the thawing tundra, given time to adapt, can lead to a population increase. So this shows the other aspect of climate change. Many ecologies are very fragile. A 1-degree temperature change in the ocean can kill a large portion of coral reefs and other aquatic life. Same thing can happen to a lot of plants. If you kill one thing, then another thing dies. If you're cooking a goose and one person says the meat is done and one says it isn't, who do you trust? The one holding the thermometer. The fact is, only one side is taking data. Even if they're wrong, alarmist, whatever you want to call them, they're holding the only thermometer. End of discussion. They have the best and only data. Anytime someone gets that data, 99% of them come to the same conclusion: our goose is cooked. Our goose being the planet. Right now I'm going to talk about some of the ways the United States has been affected by climate change. In the Northeast United States, they've seen heat waves, heavy downpours, and sea level rises that pose growing challenges to many aspects of life in the Northeast. Infrastructure, agriculture, fisheries, and ecosystems will be increasingly compromised. Many states and cities are beginning to incorporate climate change into their planning. Guys, the information I'm reading right now is right off NASA's website. In the Northwest, changes in timing of stream flows reduce water supplies for competing demands. Sea level rises, erosion, risks to the infrastructure, increasing ocean acidity pose major threats. Increasing wildlife, insect outbreaks, and tree diseases are causing widespread tree die-off. So trees are plants. Plants take carbon dioxide from the air and push out oxygen. We need plants. Plants are important. In the Southeast, sea level rises pose widespread and continuing threats to the region's economy and environment. Extreme heat will affect health, energy, agriculture, and more. Decreased water availability will have economic and environmental impacts. Water is important. We like water. We're 90% water, I think. In the Midwest, extreme heat, heavy downpours, and flooding will affect infrastructure, health, agriculture, forestry, transportation, air and water quality, and more. Climate change will also pose a lot of risks to the Great Lakes. In the Southwest, increased heat, drought, and insect outbreaks, all linked to climate change, have increased wildfires. We've all seen these wildfires. Declining water supplies, reduced agricultural yields, health impacts in cities due to heat and flooding, and erosion in coastal areas are additional concerns. Guys, this is just the United States. I know a lot of my fan base is from the United States, and that's why I specifically read that part for you guys, because I want you guys to be aware of what you guys may face. And again, if you guys are upset with me for doing this, I'm sorry, but I just want to bring awareness. Okay, this is for you guys, and it's also for me to learn, so I think this is a learning experience for everybody. I don't think you can get your point across by ridiculing people. I think educating people and explaining to people what is going on is the best way to inform somebody. I don't think going about insulting them, I don't think ridiculing them is the best way either. I think that's childish. So I'm just trying to raise awareness to you guys. Whether you guys believe me or not, whether you guys care about the climate or not, whether you guys care about the planet or not, that is entirely up to you. I will not change how I feel about you guys. I love you guys regardless, but I want you guys to be aware of what is happening. So now I'm going to talk about what you guys can do about climate change. One of the first things it talks about in this article from ucsusa.org says, take action online. So write to your members of Congress, urge your legislators to act on climate change, tell your governor to step up and be a climate leader. So whatever state you're from, tell your governor to step up. We don't have states in Canada here, we have provinces, and we would talk to our premiers, which right now Premier Doug Ford isn't doing the best. There's also actions that you can take throughout your day-to-day life, which includes reducing the amount of gas you burn by choosing a fuel-efficient car or other transportation that uses less or no fossil fuels per person, such as trains, subways, and buses, carpooling, walking, and biking. I have a fuel-efficient car, but I do plan on buying an electric car in the future once I have enough money to. Buy efficient appliances that use less electricity. Look for the Energy Star label awarded by the Environmental Protection Agency. All of my appliances and all of my lights are energy efficient. These are the steps that I have taken in my life. Reduce your everyday electrical use. Develop a plan to reduce daily electricity use around your home. Ask each member of your household to take responsibility for a different electricity saving action, such as turning off the lights when leaving the room, unplugging appliances when they are not in use, using compact fluorescent light bulbs, and only running the dishwasher or washing machine with full loads. These are things that Emma and I do literally every day. We never use the lights in a room if we're not in the room. So this office that I'm in right now, 95% of the time when I'm not in here, it's dark. Eat less meat and buy less food in general, which also will be a lot healthier for you guys. Cutting back on meat in your diet can have a proven positive impact on the environment, but the problem with the food doesn't end with meat. Many healthy alternatives carry their own impact. If we were to reduce the calories people get from meat with vegetables, fruits, and legumes, it would have a huge impact on the environment. Stop drinking bottled water is another thing you can do. Help scientists collect data. Donate your coffee pod machines, or just don't buy one. Those things cause so much plastic. Get really mad. I'm really pissed at global warming. Those are the kind of things that you guys can do just day to day to help prevent climate change, because honestly guys, we have one planet and it's beautiful. Like, look at this. Just look how beautiful the trees are. Take that in for a second. Trees are absolutely one of the most beautiful things on this planet. I live in Canada, okay? I've been around trees and forestry my entire life. Where I live in Ottawa, Ontario, there's trees everywhere. Trees are absolutely beautiful. Plants are beautiful. We are killing them. We are killing this planet, okay? We ourselves are responsible for this planet. We have to take action, okay? Get out there, protest, make your voices heard, because each one of us matter. Each one of you watching this video matter. Each one of you can make a difference to this planet. Let's stretch the longevity of this planet. Let's stretch its lifespan as much as we can. Let's not turn into Mars. Have you guys seen what Mars looks like? That could look like us, maybe. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but it looks like Mars is pretty uninhabitable. Do you want the Earth to be uninhabitable? No. Do you want to live here? Do you love your animals? I love mine. But there are other animals out there literally being extinct every day because of climate change. They're unable to live in where they live now. Their homes are being destroyed and they're dying. They're becoming extinct, and there are animals out there that you probably have never seen and will never know existed. And that's not fair. I love you guys. I hope you guys take my words seriously. I'm going to be donating whatever profit or revenue I make from this video to support climate change. And I don't know, I feel really strongly about this, and I hope you guys do too. And if I offended anybody, I'm sorry. I did not mean to offend you with this video. If you don't believe in climate change, that's fine. That's okay. But I want you guys to know that there are other people out there that are going to believe in climate change and that are going to make a difference, whether you believe in it or don't. So that's all I have for today. I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully the next video will be a lot more upbeat or scary for you guys, whatever you guys are into. I love you.